Hi Sloths, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. In the last episode, we did side story Self-Love Part 1. And this may very well be the final episode of Doki Doki. And to end things off, we're going to do Self-Love Part 2, and then we're going to look at all the other little things left to look at. Hopefully it won't be too long of a video, but we'll see. So, Self-Love Part 2, begin this side story? Yes. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I've run into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes. You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown with dark green frosting, immaculately shaped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. Sounds interesting. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I don't really think about it. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought because green is Monica's favourite colour, right? Oh, so that's why Monica's backgrounds are usually green. Interesting. Well, yeah, but that's not really... Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavoured. Ew, that's so gross. What the hell? How do you get green tea flavoured icing? Ew! Sort yourselves out! Wow! That's so gross! Ew! I love green tea. Yuri, you need to sort yourself out, mate. Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Okay, yeah, I still can't do fake laughs. Shut up. It's nice to see Yuri laughing, though. Don't laugh at me. I'm not... I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I do know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know, it just kinda always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like art, but when you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. Interesting. I can't bake to save my life. I can cook really well, but I cannot bake. Unless it's chicken. I can bake a chicken. I can bake pasta. I can bake chicken. But give me a cake mix and I wouldn't know the first clue of how to even start that. You put flour in front of me and It's utter chaos. I hate flowers so much, it's so mean. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favourite part about it. It's something I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like, unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and in that moment you get to be like the bringer of joy. I'm sorry, I've got like a really itchy knee for some reason, and it's driving me mad. There we go. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued? Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So they're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go now when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yori clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. Oh, just hug already. Do it. Just make friends. Stop being so dramatic. I don't know. I know that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me, but it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yori's feet. Yori stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Aww. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. And I liked them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. Oh, okay. I read that as the wrong person then, but wow, okay. Natsuki makes Yori happy. Interesting. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. No! She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. See, Yori, you've got to make her cry now. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yori stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You didn't. I just... Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. And it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person. Like to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sayori and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. and I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experience, and that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself, that makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh, and you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead, and you care a lot about other people, and just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles, while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for you instead of mad at you. Okay. Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused, because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. My family's like that, by the way. Or at least it used to be, when I was growing up. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. I know that all too well. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know, to end it. With them? Natsuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gone into it. So much that it feels like that's just how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know. A lot of things. Like being alone. Not having anyone to talk to or hang out with. Not being able to replace what I have with them. And I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically. But Yuri clenches her fists. Natsuki. What? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. Wow, okay. Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I liked that. That's all. Oh? Well, I meant it. I mean, I have a collection of knives, you know. I'm very good at stabbing things. I'm speaking as Yuri, not me, shut up. Oh dear. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. And fill her with determination. Oh. Ugh. I'm trying this new version of Red Bull, by the way. It's called the Summer Edition, not sponsored, by the way. It's apricot and strawberry, and I can't tell if I like it or not, because I'm not a huge fan of apricot, but I love strawberry. I'm not really supposed to be having Red Bull, but oh well, whatever. You're here first today. And you brought reading material? Natsuki is sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Like, it's such a big part of your life and then one day there's just nothing left. I felt that numerous times with long anime that I watch. Like, and even just normal series as well in the cartoons. Like when I finally finished Fairy Tail, like when it finished for good, I think it was like 2018 it finished, whenever the final series was. When that finally finished, it felt so horrible to know that there's not going to be anything new for so long. And I think that they announced that they will eventually be doing the 100-year quest arc for Fairy Tail, and I don't know when that's coming out. I don't think there's even a trailer for that yet. Oh wait, no, there is. I think there's a trailer for it. Well, yeah. Oh wait, no, yeah, there is a trailer for it. I remember now. I remember watching it, or at least a teaser trailer, not like a proper trailer. It was just like a teaser announcement trailer sort of thing, all animated and stuff. But yeah, I really can't wait for that. And I was also, someone told me that they were supposed to also be doing like a spin-off where it's just Happy going on his own to do some stuff, which would be adorable and fun to see, but I've not heard anything about that. I know there is Eden Zero, which is made by the same creator, and I know that it features a lot of character designs and voice actors from Fairy Tail, and it has been on my list for a while, but I've just not gotten around to watching it yet. But I'm also excited to watch that because the way that their storytelling works, I just love it. I love it. Can't wait for more Fairy Tail. I love Fairy Tail. Shut up. Sue me. Don't sue me. I don't want to deal with suing people. No. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. Like I've already read that. It makes you feel so empty. It does. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of this already? Wow, that went quick. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want it to go on forever. I mean, I want Fairy Tail to go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things that I wish could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else that I know of that overstayed its welcome? The Promised Neverland definitely did. I mean, season 2 was really, it didn't go to plan, I don't think. I think season 2 was a lot shoddier than it needed to be, unfortunately. But season 1 was brilliant. It was near perfection. It was great. An unpopular opinion of mine is that I definitely think things like Naruto and Attack on Titan, those two especially, definitely overstayed their welcome. That's my own little opinion. I'll probably do an unpopular opinion on that in the future at some point. Just not going to get too deep into that right now. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through and the ending really sucked. Yeah. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I think that's another thing that happened with Sailor Moon. It's so samey, it's literally the same thing nearly every episode, and it gets so boring after, like, I think I've only seen like the first 2 seasons of it, of the original version. So yeah, I don't know. It definitely needed to change. I think I've seen like 2.5 seasons worth of Sailor Moon. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like, with friends at the mall? At the mall? At the mall? Oh, I think that's supposed to be a shopping centre, right? Anyway, or downtown, or whatever. I always forget what that word means. But yeah, I'm not a total shot-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people, like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. She has a board game group? You mean like, does she play Dungeons and Dragons? Is she a D&D player? No. Is she a D&D player? Oh, I gotta see that. Board game group? It doesn't matter. It's just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious. I just realised that I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realises that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier telling them, and then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of their responses. And now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh. That's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help. I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. Yep, I know all about those. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. The shaking becomes more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place, where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a deep breath. As Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more, and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles, while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight into Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breaths going in and out, and the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Yuri knows her stuff. Wow, okay. Minutes pass in silence. By now the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees and her breathing has mostly steadied. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. You know, I never actually expected Natsuki to be someone who suffers from panic attacks. It just never occurred to me. Wow, okay, this is new. Natsuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through that alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. So sweet. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts. But something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realise it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted. Demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Oh, that's awkwardly adorable. Do you really mean that? You're probably going to regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably going to have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. Oh. So you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Ah. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. That's sweet. I know a good ice cream place. Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favourite ice cream flavour. Oh, from when she first joined. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day that you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favourite ice cream flavour, but for me you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but my favourite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can definitely see Yuri being a sort of like dark chocolate and raspberry sort of person. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Aww. Hey, strawberry is my favourite. That's so cute. What a coincidence. Aww. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have the sick feeling in my stomach. But it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Not that I know of. There's nothing that will make this easy for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. But I feel like we're way past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated, and the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place. Even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. I may have tracked you down first. With the help of Sayori. But you said... I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage. Even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave and it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone will be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean like you? Yes, like me. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little then. Oh, that's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Ooh, well, wait until you get into the base game. Thanks. It feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch. But a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting where 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore together. Oh, so cute. Okay, let's have a look at the pictures. What did we get? What did we get? We've still got 2 CGs left? What the hell? Scene from the side story Self-Love. We'll take that. Anything else? Nope, none of the sketches, none of the promos. Okay. 97%. Please like and subscribe. It's always free, and I'll see you later. Equals, wait, what, there's another one?